Welcome to Your Choice, Your Way, Roots and Routines Year 6 to Year 7 School Transition Series, Episode 3. In this episode, we're interviewing the Calderdale SEND Youth Representatives, who are a group of young people aged 13 to 25. They are experts by experience for their knowledge and lived experience of being a young person in Calderdale living with SEND, special educational needs and disabilities, offering their peer experience of school transitioning. The Calderdale SEND Youth Representatives represent themselves and the other young people in Calderdale living with SEND and work together to make changes, support those who need it, and to be the collective voice of young people with SEND in the area. We'll also be speaking to the group's youth coordinators about how they support young people through school transition, offering their own advice and insight. That's enough from me, over to you, George.
So we're here at the Orange Box in Halifax and we're going to be talking to some young people about transitioning. So who or what helped you when transitioning up from year 6 to year 7?
So I'd say the first thing would probably be being prepared, which is something I'm not very good at all, but one of the biggest things, so whether that's in terms of all your uniform ready, all your pencils, all the books that you'll ever need for the start of year 7, don't go too extreme, but being prepared, and I do not mean the day before, because that will cause unnecessary amounts of stress. That's my first one. And then the who, my mum has always been my biggest supporter. I remember when I was going to year 7, which feels like a long time ago, she used to drive me up past the school, and then she'd be like, you go through this entrance, and I quite like that because it's quite nice to know where you're going to go and what area. So if you have the chance and if your school's local, I'd definitely go for either a walk past or see if someone will drive you past, because it's always good to know your area.
My mum really helped. She made sure I was going to be okay. She made sure that I got like a pre-transition, so I saw the school before everyone else, which was really good. And the teachers really helped as well. They came around the school and asked who I knew and which form I want to be in, which was amazing.
Well, I have my big book. This book helped me transitioning. And my book is transitioning really hard because it helped me when I get started to go to Redcliffe.
So do you have any hints or tips you could pass on to anyone transitioning from year 6 to year 7?
My advice would be, don't be too nervous. Going to high school will be one of your biggest challenges that you'll face probably throughout your whole life, but it will also be one of the best opportunities that you'll get to grow as a person and educationally, and if I could go back and do it all again, I certainly would. Don't be worried about making friends. You'll make friends. And don't worry about what people think about you, because like I say, now I've grown up a little bit, I know everyone feels like that, and you will make friends and you'll make some of your best memories of your life.
Keep an open mind, because I thought some of the people who would be my friends would definitely be my friends. Some of the people who I didn't think would be my friends suddenly became my friends, and that was really nice. And actually one of my best friends was someone I didn't really think I'd get on with. I'm still best friends with them now, which is really nice.
Yes, about my school, when I go to visit them, when I come to them, I know the route of them, my school, and then let me help to know where I am, and then they know all about me. So yeah.
Now we've heard from the young people, and let's see what the coordinators have to say.
So how do your groups support transitioning ages year 6 to year 7?
The number one important thing is to make sure there's clear communication with the children and check what any concerns might be to enable them to build up their confidence, particularly in relation to travel, because that can be really difficult travelling to a new school. So it's good to chat it through with them and give them time to build on things step by step and rewind and then go again. Then gradually they'll improve their confidence and ability. So I think it's one of the most important things.
So the main way our groups support transition is by giving young people within our groups the voice to work with the local authority, primary schools, secondary schools, head teachers, and give them a voice in that transition process, learning from lived experience, helping teachers understand that process and developing it so it works well for young people.
What advice and guidance would you offer to a young person transitioning from Year 6 to Year 7?
Most importantly, it's making sure that information is up to date, because information changes regularly, and making sure that what's available matches their needs. It can be very confusing and leave them a bit behind if the information they've got is out of date or old. Also, checking that staff and professionals are clarifying things. Double checking that the right information is being given and what they have understood is correct. I think that would be my top tip.
The main advice I'd give a young person or a child who's transitioning from Year 6 to Year 7 is to get as much information as you can to make that process easier for yourself. So make the most of your transition day, make the most of any secondary school opportunities where you're going in, looking round, any open days, get to know your new head of year, get to know any buddy systems that you've got in place at your new school, just get to know lots of people and lots of information in your new school.
So that's it for our top tips. Now back to the studio. So Femi, what were the highlights for you?
I enjoyed everyone's input, especially Isabel's transition book. I think that's a really good idea. I also enjoyed the overall variety and diversity of this episode.
Yeah, me too. So what advice would you offer to a young person school transitioning from Year 6 to Year 7?
I would say definitely always check the planner to make sure you know where you're going. I struggled a lot with memorising classrooms, and I think checking my planner a lot definitely helps with that. What would you say?
I would say being well prepared the night before, making sure you've got all your equipment ready, because it can affect your learning time if you don't have everything there. I'd also make sure I be in a routine, going to bed early, making sure I'm up and ready for the day, so I'm not being late and I'm not affecting my education.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice, George. I would say it's all about the planning.
Yeah, I agree. We hope this episode has helped you all out there in some way or another.
That's enough from us. Thank you for watching, and please move on to episode 4.
Bye for now.